Good morning, I'm Lingzi.
And I'm Arwen. Today we are talking about emotions and justice.
And the Unbreakable bond.
So, what do we usually think of when we picture justice? Chances are it's a stuffy courtroom. There's a judge looking all serious and solemn in their robes, making decisions based on clear facts and evidence. We often see justice as a measured, mechanical decision, untouched by messy and unpredictable emotions. But what if we've got it all wrong? What if these emotions we see as too illogical or impulsive are actually the ones that make justice more human and fair? What if the feelings like empathy, the urge for revenge, envy, or even guilt are actually the ones that give justice its true meaning? Have you ever wondered why we care so much about justice and achieving it? The answer is hidden in our history, where humans have just evolved and are making rough tools out of rock. Dating back thousands of years, humans lived in packs and survived in the tough wild filled with predators. It was only survival for the smartest, the fittest, and the most coordinated organisms that could become an apex predator at the top. If a person took more than their fair share of food, it would destroy the harmony and cooperation of the whole group. Over time, humans developed emotional responses to unfairness and injustice. Justice was carved into the DNA of humankind to help us survive.
To provide an example in order to explain this slightly abstract point on emotions and justice, let's talk about something we have all experienced. Getting hooked on a movie. Take Cruella, that villain with black and white hair. Cruella is a controversial character portrayed by Disney, both as a criminal but also as a hero. In Emma Stone's version, the audience did not see the dark villain side of Cruella making crass decisions, but instead, people see a fashionable woman seeking for revenge for the right reasons. Because we watch movies through a biased lens, because of the emotions we are in touch with. This happens in the real world too, in one-sided arguments, even in courts too. To truly understand the link between emotions and justice, it is important to comprehend the workings of your brain. To put this complex network of human biology in simple terms, your emotions work like this. When you see something unfair, like someone cheating in a game, this part of your brain called the anterior insula wakes up. This part is linked to emotions such as anger, disgust, or empathy. So when you see someone being treated badly, you might feel a sudden burst of anger, like a firecracker, going off in your chest. But it doesn't stop there. Another part in our brain called the prefrontal cortex, also as the control tower of your brain gets involved. This part is to help you think rationally, make decisions, and control your impulses. So, when our emotions explodes and tries to take over, your brain asks itself to rethink with more reasons. This back and forth with rationality and emotions decides how we react to injustice and unfairness. But this is a delicate balance that can either lead to positive actions or make us let our emotions take over.
So let's ask the question again. How do emotions affect justice? What emotions do you experience every day? Happiness? Frustration? Guilt? Think of a time when you felt guilty about something. Certainly, it's not a pleasant feeling. But guilt actually plays a complex and important role in justice. Guilt is an emotion that is experienced after doing something bad or something that opposes against a person's moral beliefs. It is a sense of remorse that is the catalyst for justice. There are many ways in which guilt plays a crucial role in the path towards achieving true justice. In the court, Guilt can lead to the criminal confessing their misdeeds, or weigh on the criminal so much it reveals whether misdeeds have been done. For example, if a judge notices the defendant shows unnatural fidgeting and nervousness, it could help them to judge more fairly and give an adequate punishment. This emotion is particularly influential in the court. It can help the court to decide properly and lessen the chances of punishing an innocent man, a boost in the path towards achieving true justice.
Beyond the individual and courtroom context, guilt plays a role in broader societal seeking for justice. In cases where historical discrimination has been ignored, such as witch trials, slavery, this growing recognition of the past wrongs can generate a collective feeling of guilt. This guilt can then act as a powerful motivator for changes to promote equality and solve past wrongs. Guilt not only exposes individual wrongdoings, but also it acts as a driving force in society, a catalyst toward finding true justice.
So here I'm going to share a small personal story that I experienced. So back in elementary school, there was an ongoing trend for these bracelets that changed color according to emotion. And after days of begging my mom, she finally let me go to Claire's and I bought every necklace I liked. The problem is I totally forgot my mom also wanted a necklace. And by the time I went home, I felt so guilty. Even though this is only a small accident and it doesn't even matter, I remember it to this day as I never got a chance to go back and buy one for her. During this event, I felt guilty because of injustice, where my mom gave up her time and effort to drive me to the jewelry shop. But I failed to repay this kind deed by doing the simplest thing of even buying her a necklace. In order to restore this sense of justice between us, I made an effort to show gratitude and consideration towards my mom, giving her gifts every year to restore the balance. This is only an insignificant event, but I can still remember it because it was my first experience of injustice when I was still very little. This accident, it changed me. It made me more aware of the emotions of other people, and it turned me into a more just person.
However, emotions can also cause problems when it comes to justice, especially in the digital age where everybody has access to a variety of social media platforms. Think of the time you last saw a video or post online that made you feel really angry right away. So without checking any information, you decided to share your anger. This is called the echo chamber effect. In an echo chamber, our emotions get stronger because of what other people around us think or say. And we end up making judgments based on incomplete or wrong facts. In a real-life incident that happened last month, a celebrity who was having a tour in Bangkok fled away during an earthquake and left their fans in critical danger. This accident had immediately sparked the interest of millions of netizens, and circling headlines like singers or murderers had instantly grabbed the attention of bystanders too. So without checking if the information were true, they believed the rumors. And by the way, I also did. So many fans decided to post offensive remarks against the artist. And neutral bystanders turned aggressive to lead boycotts too. It disrupted the harmonious social environment. People even started to make up stories on how their friends died in the earthquake just to gain hatred towards the artist. They fabricated details and photos that evoked a deep sense of pity or hatred towards the artist. On Chinese social medias, the followers of the celebrity group had dropped instantly by 30% within the 24 hours after the incident. The overall negative sentiment online had influenced bystanders to follow the crowd through the echo chamber and attack the artist, even though most of the information were rumors.
So, how do we balance emotions and justice? First, we need to be able to understand our emotions. We need to understand why we are feeling a certain way and how to control these feelings. For example, if you're feeling very emotional about something unfair, take a step back and ask yourself, why am I feeling so angry or empathetic? Do I know all the facts? It's like putting on a pair of detective glasses and looking into the situation before making any quick decisions. Second, we should communicate to people from various backgrounds. Even in this world, it's easy to only hang out with people who think like us, but it is also important to talk to people from various cultures, backgrounds, and experiences in order to understand complicated issues from different points of view and learn to judge fairly. Reading books, watching documentaries, and joining community discussions are all great ways to learn and challenge your own beliefs. Third, we should be able to trust the systems that they're supposed to bring us justice, but also be ready to make sure they're doing their job right. The legal system, for example, is there to bring peace and follow the law, but it's not perfect. When we notice something is wrong, we need to all be able to raise our voice, join communities who want to fight for a fair society, and use our voices to ask for things to be better.
To conclude, emotions and justice are tied together. Emotions give justice a sense of urgency and passion, while justice provides a space for emotions. They create a balance that can make our world fair and human at the same time. By learning to use those emotions and rational thinking, we can all make the world a fair and just place. Thank you.
Thank you.